What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday, October 21st at 11:18 a.m. We're only 18 minutes late today, guys. Good for us.
That's impressive because I really didn't think I was going to wake up this morning. So I'm going to try to get through this podcast without pulling a groin.
Brian, how was your golf outing yesterday, buddy?
Well, if you want to put that picture up, you can. The viewers, they can see how the golf outing went.
Okay, I'll pull that up in a sec. I should have had that at the ready.
It was a lot of fun. The Charleston Golf Outing up at Mountain Branch Golf Course. David Tobash and everyone that helped him out, all the staff there did a great job. Course was in great condition. Only thing was a little windy, so everyone got windburn. It was a lot of fun. I golfed with a young man named Delaware Dave who stole my shirt at one point going up 18, and I had to deliver my golf cart with no shirt on.
Nice.
Can
And
you see it?
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that sexy hat that man's wearing too, by the way.
Oh man, what a ridiculous friend group we have.
We were one of the we had a group in front of us that was extremely slow. There was a guy who thought he was Patrick Cantlay out there. Yeah, that's fun. We could see it right when we teed off on the first hole. We were like, oh God, we're going to be stuck behind these fuckers for a long period of time. So we were one of the last groups to come back. And the reason for me telling you about the slow group is because when I had no shirt on, everyone else is already up in that, like you guys have been to Mountain Branch, up in that pavilion area, and they're all looking down at me and Delaware Dave coming back with no shirts. And Del is swinging my shirt out of his golf cart. I'm like, come on.
Oh my God!
And I played with Mr. Sean Foy as well. That was a lot of fun, man.
Oh,
Foy is hysterical. Oh, it's so much fun.
What was the? How'd you guys shoot? What was the score? Did you break par?
It's 1 under, good.
For a 4 minutes,
Oh my
not
God.
great.
For the longest time, we were +1, so at least I got an under.
Were you the best player on the team?
No, my buddy Nate, who I played with, is actually pretty decent. But
Yeah.
we were all Nate went to the golf store to buy tees. All he came back with was a shitload of minis.
Nice.
He
That's all you need. You can use
yeah.
those as tees.
He
You
did. He
certainly
tried to use one.
those
Yeah,
as tees.
he tried to use a Fireball mini as his tee on his second hole. It didn't go well.
Oh my God! Unbelievable.
Good times had by all, man. Good times.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Amen.
All right. Any other stuff you guys want to talk about before we hop into the baseball? Any
Not
other
really.
stuff happened this week? Any other fun stuff coming up this week? I'm playing Queenstown on Friday. I just told you guys off camera. That's going to be a nice little couple-hour drive in the morning, but it's going to be fun. I've never played that course before. It's pretty nice, apparently, so I'm excited. Yeah, other than that,
Just crack the
we're
beer.
gonna- yeah,
I think-
you just cracked the net. Is that a 16-ounce Natty Bow?
16 ounces, pounders. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
If I were able to get one, I would, but I'm out in nature right now. Doing
Yeah,
my
you think
nature
you-
boy.
You're out in Jackson Hole with that corduroy brown jacket.
doing his Ric Flair impression. He's the nature boy.
Give a tour.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't planning on it, but you know.
No, it's today's the day I get kicked out of my house, as Joe said.
Yeah.
So
Cleaning lady.
cleaning ladies love to come at the same time the podcast is. And,
I came here yesterday, actually. I had to go kill an hour at the bar down the street.
sometimes it's harder to find a room than other days. So it's beautiful weather right now. It's 55 and sunny. So, it's a little windy.
Take advantage of the weather while you can, man.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out in Ocean City. I've had the house open for the better part of the last week. And, it's 66 in here right now, so it's a little chilly, but, it's 70 outside. It's going to be a nice day. So
That's a nice
I'm going to keep it open as long as I can until I need to put the heat on. So
Don't blame me there, man.
yeah. Plus, we're getting all these allergies out of the way early by keeping the house open. So whatever. All right, a couple things to talk about. Baseball last night. Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. Seattle was in control the whole game until the bottom of the 7th inning when George Springer does what George Springer does best and hit a 3-run homer in a game that really, really mattered. Before we even talk about the game, just George Springer, I know a lot of people probably don't love him because of Houston, but I mean, if you just look at the pure numbers and if you watch playoff baseball over the course of the last 15 years, he's one of the best playoff baseball hitters of the last 25 years for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I can't think of a guy in the league not very few guys in the league right now that I'd rather have up at the plate in the clutch situation than George Springer. So I just wanted to give him the flowers that he deserves. I know, once again, there's probably going to be a lot of controversy about that because of the Houston stuff. I know probably a lot of people do not like him at all. I don't like the Blue Jays at all in general. So I did not want them to win this game, but I feel like you just got to give the guy credit where it's due. Did you guys have any thoughts on him in particular before we talk into the game or dive into the game?
I want to know why you don't like Toronto.
Why do I not like Toronto? Because of Ubaldo Jimenez.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't even fight you, man. I can't even. I remember where I was. Speaking of Sean Foy, that's when him and I got in the bed of a truck and drove home and drank the champagne that we had bought we thought we were going to be winning that game.
That was the bed of my truck.
That was correct. It was. That's right. I forgot.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It was a truck.
We were on Boston Street, and I just looked at Foy in the bed of your truck and just popped a bottle of champagne. Yeah. We drank it like little babies.
Whatever the name of that bar used to be, we had to go upstairs.
I think it was Wit and Wisdom.
At the time, yeah, I know it changed like names a couple times, but
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's tough. That game in particular, that was Edwin Encarnacion, that game, and then the Joey Bats shit. I just always hated Joey Bats. So basically, for 4 straight years, I hated the Blue Jays, and so since then, I've just not liked them. Plus, they're in our division. I don't like any teams in our division except I guess the Devil Rays are fine. I don't really care.
Fair, but you know who really rubbed me the wrong way during these playoffs right now? The Seattle Mariners.
Oh, really? Okay. So why do you say that?
I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was going off in our group chat about, I mean, they're getting guys on second base and literally hand signaling like left and right to the batter, like where the catcher's setting up. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Like I understand, like you're trying to pick stuff out of the glove and you can't really pick signs anymore, but to like deliberately go like this way and this way with your arm up on second base, that really just like rubbed me the wrong way and pissed me off.
I feel like that's pretty crazy. It doesn't happen more often, right?
That's what I mean, look, Brooksy, I don't like it either, but it's legal. It's legal cheating or legal sign stealing.
It's one of those unwritten rule things. You don't do that kind of shit. But
I say because the Blue Jays could have did that. The Blue Jays, they could have done it as well. So
yeah, they might have been doing it. I just didn't see it, or I wasn't looking for it. But Seattle, the series prior, I think it was the series prior when I actually called this out before they played Toronto. I was begging for somebody, like, you got to plunk somebody. Somebody's got to get hit. It's got to become a point to where like somebody's got to get hit for it to stop happening, or else it's just going to keep happening. I mean, and I get you're gonna. I mean, they're going to adjust. They're just going to start. The catcher's just not going to move until the very last second. That's what's going to end up happening. But I mean, that's just kind of bush league, if you ask me. So
fair enough.
And it's difficult to be in that situation in the championship series, especially late in the series. You don't want to put any free runners on base. So hitting somebody in the regular season, yeah, you can do that. And if you lose one game, it's not that big of a deal. But in the championship series of the playoffs, it's a lot more difficult to make those kind of decisions. So I'm sure they had to weigh that as well.
Agreed. And I was sitting there begging as well. Like the guy on second base, I think it was Naylor that was on second base doing it. I was like, somebody's got to call a spin move pick to second base.
I was going to say, the spin right hit him in the dick.
Right in the ribs. Yeah, right in the ribs.
Don't even try to hit the base. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I would seriously call, like, have some sort of like, hey,
the flash play or whatever. Yeah.
We're picking picking second on this play, and I'm going right for the ribs, and it's going to stop right there and just
Yeah.
pick it up.
What were your thoughts on the management of the pitching staff for the Mariners? I thought they pulled Kirby a little too early, and then they put Wu in, and the first problem he got into, the first situation he got into, he got taken out, and then of course Bizzardo gives up the homer to Springer. What did you think about first? Do you think they took Kirby out too early? Second, do you think they should have let Wu continue a little bit longer? What did you think about the management of the pitching staff in general? Because I know that's a lot of the talking points around this game.
Brooks, you go ahead, man.
I mean, I agree with you. It's one of those hindsight 2020 things. Like, I see what they were trying to do, but I mean, for Kirby was rolling pretty good. I would have kept him going.
Only 65 pitches too.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, they brought Wu in, who's a stud during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Bizzardo has been pretty decent this year out of the pen. He's probably the third best guy out of the pen or something.
Yeah.
So that was a little head scratching, but I mean, it's one, like, if it ends up working out, then nobody's going to say anything. But yeah, at 65 pitches and the way the guy was rolling, I wouldn't have. I mean, I understand that they got to him pretty good in game 3, but I mean, that game they were kind of dumbfounded.
Yeah.
So
and maybe it was also they didn't want him to get to the meat of the order for the second or third time. I don't really know what the thought process was. I'm sure they had a game plan going into the game, and they decided to either stick with it or not. I don't really know. But my opinion was when they pulled Kirby, it was too early. And then also my opinion was that when they put Wu in, his first inning, he looked pretty good. And his first 2 innings, really, he looked pretty good. And then he had the first sign of trouble in the third inning, and they pulled him right away. I just feel like I wish they would have had a little bit longer of a leash for each of those two guys. But once again, hindsight's 2020. So
yeah, I don't know Dan Wilson's managerial tactics. It's not like I paid attention to the Mariners throughout the duration of the regular season. But this screams that analytical bullshit where you might have a higher batting average against the third time around the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
He was cruising. He looked comfortable. He looked like he was ready to go. You imagine if Max Scherzer or Justin Verlander's out on that mound. They're going to throw the ball at the manager before he gets out of the dugout and be like, no, fuck you. I'm staying in the game.
Yeah. We saw Max do that.
Yeah,
basically.
He actually did it like 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Get the fuck back in the dugout and sit down.
Yeah.
Which is why I love Max Scherzer. Well, that's why I wanted him so bad this offseason. I realized he was hurt 75% of this year, 80% of this year, but I mean, that guy's still a dog.
Helps you win games in the playoffs. And you could see it on those two pitchers' faces when after the Springer hit the home run, they panned to the dugout and they panned specifically to those two pitchers' faces, and they were both fucking looked like they wanted to kill Dan Wilson.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, what a great way for George Springer to get back at Seattle. I mean, not like the team in general, but like the Seattle fans that cheered when he got hurt, like hitting the kneecap last game.
Oh, yeah.
And you could even see, like, when he was swinging those first couple at bats, like his knee was kind of giving a little bit. It looked like he was not comfortable in the box. He wasn't really limping, but he had like a weird. He was very tender on his right leg.
I'd like to show that video footage to Bo Bichette and see if maybe his leg will start working after he sees Springer trying to play the baseball game while he's can't even hardly stand up. I got a lot of Bichette thoughts. I got a lot of Bo Bichette thoughts. I think he should have played in this series, but maybe it was the organization. I don't know.
He said he's going to be there for the World Series. So
well, yeah. Gossman pitched an inning in this game. Chris Bassett pitched an inning in this game. Sir Anthony Dominguez pitched an inning in this game. Only threw 7 pitches. He was the guy the other night who gave up the Cal Raleigh homer, I believe. But yeah, former Oriole great Sir Anthony Dominguez getting some work in this.
Get out of here! Shut up.
Potential Oriole great Jeff Hoffman gets the save in this game. He's been really pretty lights out in this postseason. Despite the fact that he didn't throw any strikes to Julio Rodriguez in the final at bat of the game, he was able to strike out the side, get all 3 guys. Pretty frustrating at bat from Julio. I know and the announcers are saying, and I don't necessarily know if this is what's going through Julio's head, but I really, really wanted to see the big dumper get up, and he's on deck.
Yeah.
And Julio just Hoffman's not going to throw him fastballs. He's just throwing him sliders out of the zone, and he just chased so many of them. And it was
what was the situation there? Was it 2 outs with nobody on?
2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the ninth. And it through 7 pitches, all of them were balls, and Julio swung at least 3 or 4 of them.
And look, if I'm right about the analytics thing and Dan Wilson and the pitching staff and how they do all that stuff and the decisions they make, then you should have in Julio Rodriguez's mind, hey, look, they know you don't like hitting sliders. Do not swing at these fuckers.
Or just like, hey, normal baseball knowledge. This is what we did back in the day. I mean, you want to be aggressive, but don't. If you're in the last inning and you need 1 run, maybe just don't swing the bat until there's a strike on the board.
Yeah, take till you get one, right? So,
yeah, till you get one. And there's different situations for that, and it could be like maybe there's a higher percentage of fastballs early, and you want to get on them or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Especially when you go 2-0. If you're 2-0. And you're down by a run, and Cal Raleigh's on deck, who had 60 home runs this year, and they can't walk him if you're going on because he would be the game leading run. I'm probably just going to keep the bat on my shoulder until he throws me a strike.
I got to pan this right now. The guy I golfed with yesterday just walked in my house with a tray of fun.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Nate, come here. Get it. This is Nate right here.
What's up, buddy?
Nate, how are you? That's 2 badges and 2 rumples, I would imagine.
And I'm going to do one with Nate right now. This is what you get when you live next to the university.
Yeah, Joe, I share this sentiment. I sent out a text message to my buddies last night saying, boy, would I really love to see Jeff Hoffman blow this game.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see Cal get up to bat. He's so many times this season, whenever the Mariners needed a big hit or whatever, he came up big, and I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see him get that opportunity.
And nobody would hate him if he just didn't blow a kiss towards the dugout. Everything would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. Nobody would have cared.
Yep.
And actually, everybody probably would have been on his side.
Look, he had a really, really bad year in the regular season, but he's been worth the money they paid him just in the playoffs so far. He's been pretty unhittable in the playoffs, less than a 2 ERA. And of course, seals the deal last night. So, I mean, it works out for the Blue Jays despite the bad regular season. So.
Okay, so play this out with me for a second. So if you're 2 outs again and you're facing Julio, right, and say he ends up walking or getting a base hit, and Raleigh comes up with 2 outs, man on first, are you walking, Cal?
No, I think you can't because he represents the game, the leading run,
The winning
run. But it's top, so they'd have a chance. But
yeah, go ahead.
He represents the run to take the lead. I don't think you can just put him on base, right?
And I don't want to put the tying run on second base scoring position either.
Exactly.
Julio Rodriguez can move. So
I agree. But I guess the flip side of that is like Cal Raleigh can do that in one swing of the bat. Right?
It's true, but Naylor's on deck behind him, and Naylor went deep the night before, right? And he's been having a pretty hot game as well. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely, if I'm managing, I'm almost certainly just saying, look, we got to pitch to him. But
I just think you do the same thing you did with Julio, right? You're just going to nibble.
Just try to pitch him around him and hopefully
the unintentional, intentional walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully he chases at something and pops something up or grounds something out. But like, I don't want to give him anything that he can get a barrel on and get around on. I mean, just like I said, like everything he hits seems to leave the park. So
yeah. I think this was really like the big problem with the Mariners lineup was that their 7, 8, and 9 guys were just not really there. Between Crawford, Rivas, and Robles and Canzone in the playoffs, they just couldn't really get it done. The top of the lineup was great. Suarez had timely hits. Arezarena, Polanco, Naylor, Raleigh, Rodriguez, all of them did their part. But I think the 7, 8, 9 guys really struggled in this series for the Mariners, and I think it showed specifically last night when they get 8-9-1 up in the last inning, and they just need one guy to get on base so Raleigh can get a crack at it. And it's just kind of a microcosm of the series for the Mariners, in my opinion.
And this goes back to what you were saying the other day, Dusty. This Mariners team screams, "Go get Alex Bregman."
I know. Wouldn't it be awesome? Put Bregman in that lineup and put him behind all those guys, and you just got so many options. Like if I'm the Mariners and you have all this pitching, go for it now. I mean, especially now we've seen it. You're not going to get this magical run that Raleigh's on. You're probably not going to get it 2 seasons in a row. So we're going to need to add to this lineup, and we're going to need to figure out a way to create more offense and win more games. So I don't know. I was frustrated in the last few years by the lack of moves that the Mariners made. I think they did a good job this year going to get Naylor and going to get Suarez, but just wasn't quite enough at the end. And I mean, once again, kudos to the Blue Jays. They got hot, and I mean, Vlad Guerrero is as hot as any hitter. I think they were flashing in terms of his OPS in a team that's made at least the CS. I think there was 2 guys that had a better OPS than him in an offseason, and it was Barry Bonds in 2002, and it was Carlos Beltran when he had that crazy run with the Mets, and he just couldn't get out that year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good guys to be around.
Well, while Dusty talks there for a second, I remember that Carlos Beltran run. Holy hell, when he was in the Mets, I mean, that dude, and he was seeing beach balls.
He was hitting everything.
But he got picked up, like he got traded during the year that year to them, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
I think it was with the Astros.
Yeah.
Hey, there could be a managerial candidate for the Orioles. I mean, remember he was named.
He's blacklisted right now.
Named the Mets coach, yeah,
and then never coached a game because he got blacklisted.
Well, he's going to be back on the Hall of Fame ballot this year. We'll see how blacklisted he really is, I think. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of Pujols talk. If you want to speak about the Orioles just for a little bit, there's been a lot of Pujols talk with the Padres. Apparently, his name has been pulled out in the Anaheim discussion, but he's been talking with the Padres and the Orioles.
Where did this come from? I didn't know he had any managerial experience whatsoever.
I don't think he does. Does he?
I think he does for like the national team.
Okay.
The Puerto Rican or Dominican team or whatever.
I bet you he just has expressed interest in his last few years doing media. And clearly he's, one of the best 10 hitters probably to ever play the game. I think he's well respected enough that he's probably going to get some looks.
Here's my thing. I see everybody saying like, no. And it's like, how do you know? How do you know it's not a good? Yeah.
It's like, I think it's the history of like really great players and managerial and front office roles has not been great. I mean, if you go to other sports, like Michael Jordan has never been a good front office guy. There's a couple of former NBA players that became coaches that people didn't like.
Magic Johnson became the Lakers coach.
Yeah. Larry Bird never really had that much success. I mean, but there's also like the Danny.
NBA Finals.
There's Jerry.
With the Pacers, he had a good. He was a good coach for them. Jerry
West, Danny Ainge, like there's those guys that had a ton of success. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a faux pas about like the best players, but I don't know. If the Orioles named Pujols as the next head coach, I'd be like, fuck yeah, Albert Pujols.
I'd be so happy. I'd probably want to bat him 6th.
I just like. I just don't know what Orioles fans want. You know what I mean? Like, I think no matter who it's going to be, they're going to be pissed off. And it's just the way it's going to be. Right? I mean, who could they hire that they're going to be super excited about? I mean, that's it. That's probably it.
Which, honestly,
it's not going to happen.
I'd be super excited about that. I mean, I wouldn't be upset, but I don't know.
I want Buck coaching in cowboy boots and I want to watch him. Hell, make him the pitching coach for all I fucking care. I just keep him coming out there to change the pitcher and put that gun up every time.
Yeah.
when he came out, it was opening night for the Ravens season, and he was like the coin flipper guy, like the honorary captain. And he came out on the field and he went double barrel guns, and the place went crazy. It was awesome.
Dude, he rockets out of that dugout too when he makes the pitching change.
Oh yeah, and then he's slow.
And then he's slow.
Other managerial news. It looks like Tony Vitello, who's the head coach of the University of Tennessee, who won the College World Series last year, is going to be the front runner and is expected to become the San Francisco Giants' new manager at some point in the next 24 to 72 hours. Apparently, he's been offered the job, and the ball's kind of in his court. Yeah.
That's an odd thing because for a college coach, when Buster Posey making the decisions,
Mm-hmm.
I thought Florida State and Tennessee didn't get along because Posey went to Florida State. So I'm a little intrigued by that one.
I don't think there's any bias in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or maybe that guy was on staff at Florida State and then became the Tennessee head coach. Maybe I'm completely guessing here.
He's a young guy.
Maybe
He's a younger.
Buster Posey.
It's hard to say. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting, and I know we've had some people say that, like, in our group chat, like, and I've seen on Twitter that some of these college teams' analytical departments are like blowing some of the major league teams out of the water, and I just want to be like analytics are great. I get it. Like you should use them when necessary, but we need to pump the brakes on just living and dying by it. So
Yeah, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it one more time. I think there's so many stats now that we have to try to justify why we have all these numbers, so we need to use them. You don't need to use them. There's times when you need to go with your fucking gut. See Max Scherzer, like we just talked about.
yeah, have a feel for how the game's going.
Yeah.
Like last night, I feel like if Dan Wilson has a little feel there, which he's a major league player, I'm sure he did, but then I'm sure the analytics are telling him something else, and he went with the analytics instead of like, hey, my gut feeling, me watching this game in person and the feel of this game is that he's dominating them, and they don't know, they're still perplexed about what's coming. So,
I really think that Aaron Boone at one point in that one game, I can never say the guy's name, whatever.
Cam Schlittler.
The announcers were saying. The announcers were saying, like, this is his last batter, and Booney left him in a whole nother inning.
Yeah.
Because he probably went with his gut and was just like, fuck this. Like, I'm going to do it. This guy's dialed in. And like Brooksy said, I mean, and Brooksy, you'd be pissed off if someone came in and you're dialed in that day. They're like,
Dude,
you're at 70, you're on a pitch count of 78 pitches. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'd lose my
Chad.
I used to get very mad when I had people come out for mound visits. That used to run me up a wall. You can talk to me in between unless you're coming out to like let's talk about defense and what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like just remind everybody so we don't fuck that up. But if you came out for a mound visit to tell me to calm down, you're gonna piss me off even more.
Yeah. You got to know which guy you're dealing with here, right? Brooks
George is very angry.
George is getting upset.
You just need to let me go. Let me finish this inning. I'm gonna get out of it. I've showed you a million times that I'm going to get out of this inning. Just sit your ass on the bench and we'll talk afterwards.
Candlestick's make a nice wedding gift, right? As you're going to say. We're dealing with a lot of shit here. All right.
Vitello, going back to the Tennessee thing, just to put a bow on it, has a 341 and 131 record at Tennessee. So winning well over 60, 70% of his games. Other coaches, other guys that have been in contact with the Giants about this job, reportedly Vance Wilson, who's a former catcher, Kurt Suzuki, former catcher, and Nick Hundley, former Oriole great, also former catcher. They've all been apparently interviewed or at least considered by the organization.
Are any of those guys currently on the staff somewhere?
I believe Nick Hundley is. I do not know if the other guys are. Not sure.
I had
Posey played with Hundley, I think.
Did he? Oh, yeah. Maybe he did. I had a friend of the show, friend of the program, Tim Meza, reach out to me and ask who I want as the next manager of the Orioles. I said John Sheehan.
John Sheehan is Brooks's college baseball coach, by the way.
Yeah. I got a good laugh. Got a good laugh at him.
We should hire Brett Boone. He could take out Aaron.
Well, he's down in Texas.
Is he?
He's their hitting coach. They hired him halfway through the year.
Mm-hmm.
The Longhorns or the Rangers?
Rangers.
Oh, didn't know that. Yeah. Brett Boone tells them all about his 2001 season where he was on steroids. That's how he teaches hitting.
His forearms were the size of this. He looked like Popeye. It was ridiculous.
The buyout for Vitello at Tennessee would be $3 million, which is apparently the same as his annual salary. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have on MLB news. before we're gonna do a full blown World Series preview. The World Series starts on Friday. So on our Thursday show, we're going to be talking more about the matchup against the Dodgers and all that stuff. Who would you rather have, Vlad Guerrero or Freddie Freeman in this 7-game series? We'll talk about those kind of things. That's my little Mike Greenberg tease for you.
Maybe,
everybody that's talking about lawn furniture.
And maybe we talk about are the Dodgers ruining baseball, since that's the hot topic right now.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to talk about that because it's so dumb.
It's dumb, but it also pisses me off because they have a $1 billion deferred in their side. That's not a joke. $1 billion.
Yeah. We'll get into all that on the Thursday show. So if you're really baseball oriented when you listen to this program, that's probably going to be your episode. We will still pick the games against the spread, but maybe we'll do that a little quicker this week and spend a little bit more time on baseball, just because it's the World Series.
The World Series, Super Bowl,
and this is week 8.
Who are the big free agents in baseball?
Well, Bellinger and Bregman have opted out, or have at least indicated that they will opt out. So those would be 2 big ones. I think Skubal's under contract for 1 more year, but I think he wants to get a deal done this year.
Mm-hmm. The report that just came out, they're $250 million apart.
Small gap.
Yeah, I did see that. That is either Boris is asking for way too much, or the Tigers are offering way too little, or probably a combination of the two. More
and
likely.
Both said Boris also said that they want to get to free agency. So we'll see. It's going to have to be a ridiculous offer.
Well, yeah. I can also
you're talking about unrestricted free agents, just people that are straight up on the market.
Okay, JT Real Muto would be the best catching option. Gary Sanchez, unless you count Gary Sanchez.
Don't bring that up again.
I'm just going position by position here, just based on MLB.com's stuff here. Salvador Perez has a club option. I'm not worried about him leaving. He's going to be a Royal forever. So it's Real Muto, it's Victor Caratini, it's Christian Vasquez, it's James McCann. It's a bunch of, it's JT Real Muto and then a bunch of guys who are not nearly as good as him. Pete Alonso is apparently going to opt out of his contract with the Mets, so he is going to be unrestricted, and he will be the top first baseman, along with Ryan O'Hearn, Carlos Santana, Josh Naylor, Paul Goldschmidt, Luis Arias, and then Rhys Hoskins and Justin Turner have options as well. Gleyber Torres, Brandon Lau, Jorge Polanco, Ozzy Albies has a club option. That's for second baseman. Bo Bichette, unrestricted free agent after this year. That'll be a huge one. Miguel Rojas, who had a really good year this year. He's 37 years old, but he's a free agent. Trevor Story can opt out. We're not 100% sure about him. And then Jorge Mateo has a club option. Bregman, Eugenio, Max Muncy for third base. Tyler O'Neill, maybe, if he opts out. But as far as left fielders, we're probably not going to see much. Center fielders, Cody Bellinger, Harrison Bader, Cedric Mullins, La Pantera, Luis Robert is a club option. He might opt out. He doesn't want to be in Chicago anymore. And then Kyle Tucker is probably the prize.
That's the prize.
Kyle Tucker and Kyle Schwarber. Those are the guys. And then Ramon Laureano, who has a club option. And I would imagine the San Diego Padres are going to be exercising that because he's really good for them and for us.
Well for him, I believe. I mean, he did well for us.
Starting pitcher-wise, Chris Sale, Dylan Cease, Ranger Suarez, Framber Valdez, Chris Bassett, Zach Gallen, Patrick Corbin, Justin Verlander, bunch of names here.
I would love Suarez.
A lot of guys with options as well. And then closers, Ryan Helsley is probably the best one. Devin Williams, if you believe in the return to form from him.
I actually do.
Danny Coulomb.
No. I'm not bringing up the glove anymore. I already got burned. On the glove. All right.
So the biggest names that I mentioned were that's Bregman, it's Schwarber, Real Muto. He's older, but he's still a really good catcher, and then Kyle Tucker. Those are the really really big names.
I would love Ranger Suarez. That dude he seems like a different kind of guy, and he's got. This is going to be a terrible comparison, but he reminds me of Joe Flacco out there, or Joe Burrow, just very cool, singular heartbeat, never gets over the top, never goes too low, just does his job, gets the hell off the mound.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. He's 30 years old. He's a lefty pitcher. He's been really, really great over the course of the last few years. I would love to have him on the team. I'm hoping we're not just going to be buying low on like this like Lucas Giolito area of free agency that we kind of normally hover in. Eflin is also a free agent, so we'll see what happens with him. I would love to see Cease or Valdez or, I mean, Chris Sale's going to stay in Atlanta, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's a long off season.
Yeah. A lot of shit will happen at the winter meetings.
Suarez to the Jays for a back-to-back run. He says Jays in 6.
Rod's throwing knowledge right now.
Mullins is best center fielder available. Yeah, Cody Bellinger exists, so no, he's not.
I just like Rod throwing Toronto knowledge out there. This is great.
Yeah.
Mullins is going to get he's going to get I don't even know.
I don't know.
Deal, maybe.
I don't know what he's going to get because his performance with the Mets after the trade was very, very lackluster.
Very bad.
All right, let's. That's all I have on MLB stuff. Let's move on to football. We had 2 Monday Night Football games last night, and unfortunately, we had to see Mike Evans break his collarbone in one of them, and apparently, he's going to miss at least most of the rest of the season, if not the rest of the season, the regular season. Sucks. He missed his normal 3 to 4 weeks that he always does every year, and it looked like he was coming back to form. It looked like he caught a really deep ball from Baker over the middle, and I guess he just landed on his shoulder. The ball popped out after he hit the ground, and they called it incomplete, and he just kind of laid there still for a little while. I assume he knew he had screwed something up. But yeah, it's really just rough. It's rough for Mike Evans. They do have a lot of answers with him down in Tampa, with Ibuka emerging and Godwin coming back, and it looks like this dude Tez Johnson could be pretty good. But it sucks for Mike Evans, who is going to have the first season of his career where he's not going to have 1,000 yards because he's not going to be playing very much. What did you take away from that and this game in general? Detroit kind of manhandled the Bucs in this game.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I took away from this game is that the Buccaneers are beat up, and while I think they are such a great football team, in the NFL, in today's NFL, you cannot play this way. Baker Mayfield got his ass whipped. And he got his ass whipped properly, like legally and properly in today's NFL. He got the shit beat out of him, and you could actually see when he was after the game had ended, and the quarterbacks and the coaches go meet in the middle. He looked like a man who was 85 years old, and you can't. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable because I really think they're one of the better, if not the best team in the NFL. Not
to throw any shade here, but he did when he was walking on the field. I noticed it when he was walking on the field after they had lost, and like when they were getting ready to do the handshakes and stuff. He kind of looked like when he looked like when Bruce Bochy was going out to the mound to take out a pitcher.
100%.
He was stretching out his hamstring a bunch, while he was in the gun. So I don't know if he's got something going on there or what. But I guess on the flip side, I mean, the Lions are one of those cats. They're decimated. None of their starting secondary was playing last night.
Yeah.
So that's super interesting that they could only put up 9 points or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Against nobody that's in their starting secondary.
Yeah, I think the rush was getting to. That's why I said Baker Mayfield got his ass whipped because the rush was getting to him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It felt like 80% of the time I'm pulling a number out of the sky. A majority of the time, there was somebody in his crotch before he could throw the football or even make a read.
Yeah, they were getting pressure, and the thing was, and to your secondary point, Brooks, the thing that the Lions did so well last night was they got pressure with 4. They were able to get pressure with only 4 guys rushing, and it's because Aiden Hutchinson is so good and that defensive line is just so dominant. And like Brian said, the Bucs offensive line is so banged up, and really their whole team is banged up. Ibuka didn't look like he had the normal burst that he normally does last night. Sterling Shepard probably got the majority of the catches. I don't have anything against Sterling Shepard, but he's not he's not as much of a playmaker as those other guys.
He's not a premier receiver. And like you could even tell the rush was getting to Baker because there were times I remember 2 specific plays. One was to Ibuka, one was to Tej Johnson, where Baker normally makes those throws. He threw them high. And those guys, the receivers jumped up, exposing their ribs. And that's not a Baker Mayfield throw, at least not this season.
Yeah. I miss Harold Baines. Yeah. I mean, he's fine. He's in St. Michael's. He was at Cal's thing a month ago.
I got his signed bat back here.
Do you?
Harold Baines is the man. Maybe we hire Harold Baines as our hitting coach.
He would be the quietest manager known to man. I went to a Ruby Tuesdays with him. And he loves the salad bar, by the way. And one of the quietest, slowest driving men I've ever been around in my entire life. But he took great care of my parents, which I appreciate.
One of the quietest, slowest driving men I've ever met.
In a Range Rover. In a blue Range Rover.
That tracks.
Oh, my God.
The pride of Talbot County.
Jahmyr Gibbs looked like a man possessed in this game. 213 scrimmage yards. It looks like David Montgomery's days might be a little bit starting to become a little bit numbered here because Jahmyr Gibbs is just so electric when he has the football in his hands.
But I mean, he's still snaking those short yardage goal line carries though.
I know. And he's going to get carries. It's not like Montgomery's bad. I'm not even really trying to dig him. I'm just like Gibbs is just. He's so electric and he can do everything. He can catch the ball out of the backfield so well. He can block. He can run the ball. Like he does everything so well. He would be an every down back for every team in the league that's not the Lions because they have Montgomery. And I love that they complement each other so well and that they can use that tandem to run the ball. But I don't know. Every time I watch Gibbs touch the ball, I'm like, Jesus, dude, he could house every single one of these.
And by the way, Rip Curl Kiss is that made the Harold Baines comment. That's Justin Kiss.
Yeah, I figured so. Small hand smells like cabbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep him coming, Justin. Keep him coming, buddy.
Speaking of the Lions and their decimated secondary, did you guys see big play Arthur Millette making a?
I did see Arthur Millette. He was wearing number 20. He was wearing number 27, and I thought he should be wearing number 10 forever. He always should be wearing number 10.
We would love to have him right now.
Oh my goodness, I'd love to have him back. He was one of the most undercover good players the Ravens had.
I know.
He was the anti-Corey Ivy.
I feel like we've always, as Ravens fans, always kind of had a vendetta against our second corner, our second boundary corner. It was like Samari Roll for a while, and then it was like Brandon Stevens and Corey Graham, and it's just a bunch of guys that have had the team hatred, the fan base hatred for a long time. And Arthur Millette was not one of those guys. He was awesome. Josh Wilson, Dirty Terp.
Look, anyone that hates Corey Graham can suck my white ass because he caught the interception against Peyton Manning in that Denver game for his Justin Tucker field goal to win it. All right, just suck it, nerds. Right.
Anybody who hates Corey Graham can suck it. I love it. Oh man.
There's your football knowledge for the fucking day. All
right. Let's get through the Monday night games just real quick.
Sorry, the Lions jerseys. I loved them.
I did like them. I did like them. I wouldn't say I love them.
Okay.
Say I like them.
Okay.
I feel like when you have all black with the helmet needs to be black too, right? Did you like the blue helmet with the black line?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm not trying to overstate it. I loved it. I thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah. I honestly like their blue jerseys the best, but I didn't mind them. Like I don't hate them by any means, but I like their blue jerseys.
Yeah.
Do you think you're biased because when the Ravens go all black, they have the black helmet? Real question, not trying to be funny.
Maybe, but I also
maybe it's because our logo is dark and black too. Like they're just like a royal blue, and I think
Honolulu blue.
I think maybe that's part of it, but also I think like I don't know if it's my favorite, but some of my personal favorite black jerseys are the Falcons all blacks. And they have the black helmet too. And when they wear them with the red helmet with the black Falcon, I don't like it as much either. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me, like personal thing for me. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
I like that helmet.
Speaking of ugly fucking uniforms, how about the Chargers Dijon mustard shit that they were wearing?
They should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed.
They look like they were. Oh my god, they look so ugly. They look like the Severna Park bees or whatever they were, the Yellow Jackets.
They look like they got
What?
peed on.
Oh my
I-
god!
Who?
So bad.
Somebody had to speak up during a meeting and say, "Hey, these don't look good."
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Maybe like
What
if
are
they
we-
had like the blue pants, I don't know. Like the all yellow was bad, man.
The mustard was like the color of the yellow was the
Yeah.
bad part too. It was so it looked like mustard.
Like everybody from the Orioles hot dog race played for the Chargers that day.
Uh,
It was so
That was
bad.
terrible, man. I cannot
Uh.
believe that got approved by whoever the.
And you're right, Brooksy. There's a meeting where they're like, "This is a good idea."
This
No,
looks
it's
cool.
not. It's terrible.
yeah,
God.
I don't get it. A lot of people were making Savannah Bananas jokes, rightly so. They looked ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't like them at all. I was watching.
The
Sorry.
Rockford Peaches had better uniforms.
Yeah,
I was watching, the Bad News Bears. That's what they kind of look like, and the way they played too.
I mean, for a team that has some of the best jerseys and uniforms and
I
color
know.
scheme and logo and
Yeah,
in sports, they completely ruined that.
yeah,
They are. I mean, they are up there. They are, at least in my book, top 3 uniform. Those powder blues.
oh yeah,
Shout out to Glenn Rothschild.
yeah.
Those powder blues are some of the most gorgeous uniforms, and it's completely demean and it just shit on your
I mean,
own
the-
brand.
Yeah.
The lightning bolt is an awesome logo. Like they have so much good stuff
Yeah.
that
They didn't look good in the uniforms, and honestly, as soon as the game came on the screen, I had bet on the Chargers, and I looked at my phone and I was like, "Can I cash this out? I don't like this. They're not going to win in these fucking uniforms."
no.
And I didn't cash it out, and I wish I would have. I was like, "Am I really going to cash out because of uniforms?" And I really, honestly, wish I had, because I think that's why I lost.
You go with your gut. Remember, don't
Yeah.
go with the analytics. Go with your gut.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Do you remember the original Color Rush game? The first Color Rush game. It was the
No.
Bills versus the Jets, and they wore all red for the Bills and all green for the
For the Jets.
And colorblind people complained because it looked
'Cause
like
they
2
couldn't-
gray teams.
But the people who were red, green, colorblind couldn't watch the game. They must hate Christmas. They must hate Christmas.
I remember that. That was great. They were like, "Hey, well, we just saw gray." My dad's colorblind for those 2 colors, so he's like, "This is 2 gray teams out there."
Is there any green and red, like a team with green and red as their colors scheme? I'm trying to think.
Hmm.
The closest thing I can think of is like the Hurricanes, but they're orange.
I'm thinking of like the Red Sox wear green sometimes. No, I can't think of any.
I can't think of
While we need to stop talking about uniforms and talk about football. I will say I loved the Cowboys alternate whites that they wore this weekend against the Commanders. I love those jerseys. I think they look so good.
it.
And the way they played made them look even better.
Mhm.
Yeah, the other Monday night game, we kind of talked about Lions Bucks. Bucks super unhealthy. The Lions getting that game at home. I think it was just a good time, a good schedule break for them to catch the Bucks at a little bit of a lull after their hugely successful start. The other game was Texans Seahawks, and this game went, for the most part, in the first half at least, the exact way I thought it was going to go, which was that Seattle's defense was just going to swallow C.J. Stroud whole. And C.J. Stroud had a little bit better of a second half. Nico Collins went out with a concussion. That doesn't help. But for the first half of this game, Seattle's defense completely dominated. And honestly, Seattle should have been up by a lot more than they were winning by at halftime in this game. I didn't watch a ton of the second half because I was kind of in and out of sleep, but I watched the whole first half, and Seattle's defense looked dominant. What did you guys take away from it?
A lot of interior pressure. There was a ton of interior pressure. Murphy was getting in there a large amount of the time. I really liked what I saw of Seattle. They looked like the more dominant team, the more prepared team.
Yeah, honestly, from what I saw of it, and like I said, I didn't get to watch the whole second half, but it's hard for me to say. There's 3 5-2 teams in the NFC West, by the way. It's hard for me to say Seattle doesn't look the best of the 3, and I know we've had this conversation a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And this offensive line for Houston maybe has made defenses look a little bit better than they are. Certainly didn't do so against the Ravens, but it's, I don't know, man. Seattle looks good, and Darnold, he looks he looks like he did last year, which is just, a average to above average player who's not going to make stupid mistakes all the time like he used to. I really think
he's are kicking themselves right now.
Do I think the Vikings are kicking themselves? I don't know. It's hard to say because I think the Vikings made an aggressive move, not necessarily the safe move, by going with JJ McCarthy and not signing Sam Darnold to like a 2-year extension or whatever. But I mean, if you're looking at this Vikings team who's been playing with Carson Wentz the whole year. By the way, why is JJ McCarthy out for like 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain? Because does that happen?
There's got to be something.
8 weeks. It's only been a couple of weeks, hasn't
it? It's been since week 2. It's week 8.
Has it been since week 2?
Yeah, he left in week 2. He hasn't played since.
It sounds like he's active. Well,
I just feel like
he might be active. He was possibly going to be active this week.
CeeDee Lamb had a high ankle sprain in week 3, and he came back this week. He's a skill position. He's a skill position player.
So broke his leg and played in the Super Bowl.
Phil Rivers played in the 2007 AFC Championship game with a torn ACL.
Mayfield played with no rotator cuff and threw the ball.
Look, I don't know. Maybe like. Was this like they watched the first 2 games and they were like, "Oh shit, this kid's really not ready. We're just gonna bring up this injury and this is gonna be like more time to get him ready." I don't know. It's conspiracy bullshit. But to your original question, do I think they're kicking themselves for not signing Darnold? I think there's definitely people in the organization who are. I don't think the whole organization is all the way off of McCarthy yet. But I think the way the season started for them certainly raises some flags.
Look, they've made so many great decisions. I can't imagine this organization is making a bad decision here. There's got to be something else going on. That's all I got. I mean, I forget the gentleman's name who's the GM. It's just very elongated. Yes, I used the word elongated. I think he's making the right moves, and they're probably protecting this young man.
Yeah, and it's also like we don't know what grade of a sprain it is either. His could have been way worse than CeeDee Lamb's. And, it's probably something also where if he had to play this week, he probably could have. I don't know. I guess they feel good enough about Carson Wentz at the moment, even though the Carson Wentz experience has been meh. So,
do they have a bye week coming up? Because if they have a bye week next week, that might also be
I think I heard that they have one more week and then a bye week, but I could be wrong about that. Let me look it up. Regardless, it sounds like he's either going to be active next week or I thought they said something about waiting to get through the bye week.
Okay.
Yes, they have one more game next week and then a bye week. And next week is the Chargers. So who's also banged up.
Any big takeaways from the week of football?
Bad. Really, really bad 1:00 window of games. Just no good games on the 1:00 except for maybe Vikings, Eagles, but even that game was not even super close. Just the 1:00 window was just so bad.
The Raiders should be embarrassed by their performance. That was
well, we got 2 bench starters already. Geno Smith and Justin Fields.
Wait, did Geno get benched in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Kenny Pickett?
Yep.
You know who else got benched? You know who else got benched in this game was freaking Patrick Mahomes at the end of the third quarter because they were winning by so many points. He didn't even play.
It's like they didn't show up.
This is the first time in NFL history that the team has scored more points than their opponent ran plays. They scored 30. The Chiefs scored 31 points, and the Raiders only ran 30 plays on offense. It's the fewest amount of plays that have been run in a game since 2002 by an offense. 30. They ran 30 plays of offense. That's so bad.
It's the most embarrassing performance I think I've seen on a football field outside of the time where I can't remember who the Colts were playing. But the Colts had the time of possession of like 13 and a half minutes and won the game. because Peyton Manning just every time he got the ball scored a touchdown.
Yeah. God, it's brutal out here for the Raiders, and makes it even worse is that Max Crosby left this game in the first half with a knee injury. So I mean, even worse situation. Just really, really rough. Ashton Genty had 6 carries for 20 yards. They just had nothing in this game, and the Chiefs looked amazing. And it sucks now that Rashee Rice is back. It seems like this Chiefs offense is going to get right back on track. And I say it sucks. It doesn't suck for the NFL because the NFL is probably more fun to watch when the Chiefs are good. But it sucks for us as Ravens fans, and the rest of the league is fans of teams that they want to see win the Super Bowl at some point, and they're just not because the Chiefs are going to win every year.
Did you see what the Vikings did to combat the tush push?
Yeah, I was interested in that. They had one guy lay sideways in front of the center. Did it work?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's by the way, how do you get that job? All right. All right, hey, we're gonna pick you to lay on top of 1,000 pounds of man that are gonna fall on top of you. His name's like Zach Beatty or something like that. He literally laid flat on the ground before the play.
Oh, God.
I was
Unreal.
I'm like, dude, that's like working at the lost luggage counter at the airport. Like, you are screwed. No one's happy. I saw that. I'm like, dude, that guy has got to be like, fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, it would not be a fun job, I don't think. All right. Any other stuff that you guys took away from the week other than the 1:00 games were boring? Matt Stafford threw 5 touchdowns and Puka didn't even play. The Jaguars did not look good in that game. The Panthers are 4-3 somehow. That's a takeaway. That's a takeaway that I had, that the Ravens have 1 win and that the Panthers have 4.
Vomit. Just thinking about that.
The Colts have the best record in the National Football League at 6-1. At this point, I'm going to ask you guys: do we think the Colts are legitimate AFC contenders, or do we still think that this is too early to tell?
I think they're real deal.
Real deal. And give me the reason why. You believe in Daniel Jones. You believe in the defense. What's the reason or the specific thing on that team that you believe in the most, or you just think it's a good team in general?
No, I have plenty of reasons on this one. Well, not plenty, but enough. Their defense is not incredible, but they're bend, don't break. They give up field goals. They score touchdowns. They have Jonathan Taylor. They have one of the best guards, if not the best guard in the NFL. Daniel Jones does exactly what he needs to do. This reminds me so much of the 2012 Ravens team. Now, I understand that I'm biased, but it's one of those, like, we didn't have anything incredible, but we had all the right pieces at the right times to make the correct plays. So I'm a believer.
Yeah. I mean, I think you skipped over the Jonathan Taylor piece a little bit too quickly. He scores 3 touchdowns every week. It's crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's I think he has the second best fantasy start for a running back since 2000, and number 1 was the year that LaDainian Tomlinson scored like 28 touchdowns or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous what he's been able to do, and because he's so efficient, everything is so open for Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman, and Alex Pierce catches a 40-yard ball every week, and Josh Pierce doesn't play because the team is so good.
Yeah. Michael Pittman is very under the radar, strong number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Pierce is one of the better stories in the NFL. He was discovered by the Colts because they went to scout Desmond Ridder at his pro day.
Ugh.
And he was the guy catching the balls. And they were like, who the hell is this guy? And so they draft this guy, and he's doing great for him. I mean, I love the Colts.
Doesn't Ridder go to Cincy?
Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah, with Luke Fickell.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Luke Fickell's losing his job soon.
Wisconsin came out and backed him this weekend, but yeah, he's in trouble.
But I'm a believer in the Colts. Brooksy, I mean, you got your ear to the
you're our Colts boots on the ground. What's going on? What's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, there's a lot of cocky Colts fans around here right now.
Oh, okay. You're going the other way on them. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they haven't beat anybody of note here. They beat a banged-up Chargers team this week, and they still gave up 24 points to them.
I mean, they did beat Denver, but they shouldn't have. That leverage call was bullshit.
I'll give you that.
Everybody else they've beaten has been a below 500 team.
Yeah, Miami, Tennessee, Vegas, and Arizona.
Which is not their
exactly,
fault.
Exactly murderer's row, but
yeah, it's not their fault. That's the schedule that they're dealt, right? But I mean, it's also they've had the luck of injury on their side so far. As long as that keeps going and they keep playing teams, I mean, they had to have one of the easiest first half schedules.
But I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at their second half schedule. It's not that hard. It's not all that hard.
Their division's not that hard.
No,
so I mean, do I think they're going to get in the playoffs? Yeah, but I mean, it's only week 7. It's going to depend on if they stay healthy. It seems like everybody else in the league is dealing with injury issues except for them right now. So it's I think it's too early to tell. Still, I'm not in on them yet. But I mean,
if the Chiefs play the Colts, who wins? You got to put money on it.
Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, that's who would pick Daniel Jones in the right mind against Patrick Mahomes?
Well, Brooks is saying it sounds like a lot of people that are standing behind him right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have the best point differential in the league as well, and that's by over 30 points. They're plus 92 through 7 weeks. Jonathan Taylor's
they have number one point scoring offense, 33.1, I think, for the season. But once again, who they played, right?
Yeah, who they played, but once again, these are NFL football teams, and they look really good. I
agree, but I mean, it's just I think this was the first game that they were like, all right, we beat a decent team, but you beat a banged up Chargers team that's not
wearing
playing
terrible
very
jerseys.
Well. Yeah,
and just the jerseys. You have to mention that. In the 7 games they played, Jonathan Taylor has 875-ish scrimmage yards and 11 touchdowns. I don't want to do the math exactly. It's like it's 872, maybe something like that. But that's a lot in 7 games and 11 touchdowns, also a lot. So, yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how they play in the second half of the season. Although, like I said, the schedule's not all that difficult. Their next 3 weeks, they get Tennessee at home, they go to Pittsburgh, and then they get Atlanta at home. And we know that that Atlanta is not all that good on the road. Actually, no, that is a Berlin game. That is supposed to be a Colts game, but it's in Berlin. So still a road game for the Falcons, which means they're going to be really bad. So they could win easily those next 3 games and go 9-1.
Speaking of the Falcons, how about that Niners-Falcons game?
So what a dud.
I love Christian McCaffrey going off. I mean,
McCaffrey looks like he is all the way back, and with all those injuries on offense, I guess they're going to have to lean on him as much as they can. But Kittle came back this week, was supposed to be fully healthy, and put up a goose egg. Had 2 targets, no catches. But McCaffrey was the story of the show.
I wonder if he was on a snap count.
Did you say the story of the show? Is it star of the show?
He was the star of the show, story of the show. He was the show in this game because this game was boring as shit. It really, honestly, it should have just been Bijan versus McCaffrey, just going 1-on-1. That would be more fun to watch than whatever this game was.
They're having a fight.
But yeah, I mean, the Niners are missing so many good players, and they're still 5-2. I just don't really get it. I don't understand how they're still winning games. Maybe because they were so bad last year, their schedule is bad, and they're just gonna end up playing a bunch of bad teams. We did say that when we were talking before the year about the team schedules, that the Niners were playing that last place schedule, and it might help them this year. But with all their injuries, I didn't think they would be able to hold up. Cowboys destroyed the Commanders. Jaden Daniels came out in this game. He's looked like he's been banged up pretty much in every game he's played this year. I don't know if maybe it's just a good time to sit him out for a couple weeks and try to get a reset. But they already did that. They did that with the Mariota experiment, and they won a couple games with him. Maybe they rushed him back. What is your opinion on this, or do you think this Cowboys offense is just this legit?
Defense or offense?
Cowboys. I think the Cowboys offense. I mean, their defense played well in this game, but I mean, we've seen throughout the season that's not the star of.
Brooks, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Brian. I don't know if they rushed him back or not. I mean, he tweaked his hammy again. Is that what he had before as well?
He had a ribs earlier too, I think, or maybe that was last year.
Yeah, I can't remember what held him out early. If it was his hamstring, maybe I don't know. But from everything that I've heard people talk about the last couple of days, that he's at least, I mean, he's definitely missing Thursday. I mean, they're on a short week. He's definitely missing Thursday,
Yeah.
and I think he could miss any number of games after that to the bye week. I think they got this week, next week, and then the week after, and then they hit the bye.
But
So I heard Schefter saying that it wouldn't surprise him if he didn't play till after the bye week. He also said that he's not really sure he could come back before, but he's definitely going to miss a couple games probably. So
So they play Thursday next week. They play Monday night this week. So they play Monday and Thursday? That's not true, right?
that can't be real. That can't be
No,
real.
they're playing Monday and Sunday. They're playing Monday night and Sunday night, not Thursday night. So he's probably going to be out this week on Monday night against the Chiefs, right?
You would assume, given what Russell
probably,
said.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
It's a night game.
regardless,
He's going to play this week.
He's probably
Yeah.
going to miss at least one game. I'm sure he's going to miss a couple games. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're seeing it with Lamar right now, and we don't know how severe this injury is. So I don't know. Mariota filled in pretty well for him when he was in there. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried about Washington. The rest of their schedule is not easy. KC, Seattle, Detroit next 3 weeks, and if Daniels isn't healthy, that's going to be a really tough road to hoe.
If they win 2 out of 3, that would be a miracle.
Yeah, playing the Dolphins, that should be a win. They still have Denver. They got to play Philly twice. They have to play Dallas again. The Giants. It's going to be a tough road for Washington. I came out of this game thinking Dallas is just a better team than them, and I did not think that before. Certainly before the week, I think I took the Commanders, but I mean Dallas looked great, and Ryan Clark was saying this on ESPN, and we've been saying this for a couple weeks. I think the CD injury was a little bit of a blessing in disguise for their offense. I think Dak and George Pickens were able to get kind of on the same page while he was out. And it seems like they have 2 legitimate number ones on offense, although George Pickens still does stupid, dumb, ridiculous stuff every single game. That makes me realize why Mike Tomlin probably despised him. But this offense is legit, 44 points. And I still don't understand why Dak Prescott is 30-1 to win the MVP. I think he's been one of the best 3 quarterbacks I've watched this year.
I don't understand it either. There's got to be something going on there in Vegas. The people in the dirt don't have holes built in the desert for a reason. For no reason.
I think they're just anticipating that it's not going to be him unless he leads them.
I mean, they got to. If they win 11 games and he plays this well, he's. I don't know. Are they going to win games? Probably not. But it's the same. It's the same
reason why Baker Mayfield wasn't the leading candidate right now. Yeah. Right? It's because they're not anticipating him being that guy at the end of the year. It's not right now. As of right now, if the season ends today, it could have been Baker before this last outing, or Dak. Who knows? But so it's I think that's where it's at. I think they're just anticipating that they're not going to keep it up the rest of the year.
Commanders signed Treylon Burks last week. If healthy, watch out. Give me a break. That guy was a first-round pick 5 years ago, and he's never had his name called in an NFL game once.
I thought he actually went to the NBA instead of getting signed by another team.
We did not talk about, and this is definitely something we need to talk about. The Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter and beat the Giants.
But you got to be speaking of embarrassing. All right,
we thought the Ravens were embarrassing in week 1. This is outrageous. 1,602-0 when a team was leading by 18 or more points with 6 or less minutes left in the game. 1,602-0.
And let me just tell you, there were no in-game adjustments made. You just shit yourself.
Well, I mean, it's not even like an in-game adjustments. They had Brian Burns, like they showed him a clip of him walking back to the locker room after the game, and he's like, "Why the fuck are we dropping 8 every fucking play?" And playing just like It's just like, what are we doing? Like he was super frustrated, and I'm like, I get it. That's what the Ravens do when they blow their leads.
Oh my god, it drives me
never
nuts
understand the methodology. Why play prevent? Just keep doing what the fuck you were doing.
This is Rex Ryan. He gets so pissed off about on ESPN all the time, and I agree with him.
I don't understand. Like, just keep doing what you were doing. It was working.
Yeah.
Bo Nix becomes the first player in NFL history with two passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in the same quarter. Also, the first one to do it in the fourth quarter because he's the only one that's ever done it in the same quarter. Pretty ridiculous. Just a pretty ridiculous showing. There was, in the middle of the comeback, there was a Jackson Dart interception on a 3rd down where if they would have just knelt the ball down and punted on 4th down, there's no way they could have lost the game. I think, honestly, if they would have just started taking knees with 7 minutes left, they would have won. I swear, I really do.
The Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they didn't, and somehow they lost in one of the most embarrassing fashions I've ever seen. We'll go back to the Giants quickly, but Bo Nix, we talked about the Jekyll and Hyde thing. He was who's the bad one? Jekyll. He was Mr. Jekyll for the first 3 quarters, and then Hyde came out and learned how to play football in the 4th quarter. I don't get it. What is going on? What is this guy's deal?
He put up 38 points for me in fantasy this week.
And if you watch the first 3 quarters, you probably thought he was going to put up like 2.
Probably put up like 9 or 11 or something through the first 3 quarters, if I had to guess.
Oh my God. 33-13. There were 46 points scored in the 4th quarter of this game.
It reminded me of that Ravens Minnesota snow game where I think like 4 touchdowns were scored in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was nuts. That was Brett Favre, wasn't it?
I forget.
I think it was.
It might have been, yeah.
It could have been Christian Ponder.
Marlon Brown had 2 of those touchdowns. Downtown Marlon Brown.
Downtown Marlon Brown.
Just unbelievably embarrassing loss for the Giants. If Daboll wasn't on the hot seat, I mean, what do you say? Jackson Dart continues to look pretty good. He did make some mistakes, but he at least makes them a competent offense. He's much better than Russell Wilson was in the early part of the year for them. And that's without Malik Neighbors, who's their best offensive player. Scatterbo scored again. He looks like he's probably going to take Tyrone Tracy's job off his hands, although they both got some carries in this game. But yeah, I mean,
you can't run him like Larry Johnson, where you beat him into the ground. I mean, no matter how big the guy is, I mean, he is like a Mike Allstott, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
At least for what we've seen so far. But if you run him into the ground, I mean, then you're going to be looking for a running back in the next year's draft as well.
Yeah, it's just so hard to look at the first 3 quarters of this game differently than the last quarter. But the Giants did look like they were in control for a very large portion of this game. I had a couple of buddies who had teases on the Broncos, and the tease was from 7.5 to 1.5. So this comeback meant nothing to them, which sucks. I just thought, that's you shouldn't have won that bet anyway. So, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's I think Brian Daboll has got to be on the hot seat at this point. I think this is really, really ugly. Just don't know. Just don't know really what else to say about the game.
Him and the GM. I mean, but it's a week-to-week league, right? 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, with the first Jackson Dart start, little rhyme time there. Everyone was like, "Oh, Brian Daboll's on the hot seat now. He made the right move." You can't be doing that stuff. You can't.
1,602-0, and you lose in those circumstances. Always when we hear those kind of statistics, I mean, you need to be embarrassed about what you just did. It's tough. I know the Ravens had a really bad one against Buffalo earlier this year, but somehow I think this one's worse. It's historically bad as a collapse.
John Harbaugh has a little bit of clout too. He's got a little bit of a track record.
And if there wasn't a reason already to feel bad for Barletta after last night, this compounded with the Giants. The way the Giants lost their game on Sunday, Barletta's got to be. Did we do a wellness check on him? Is he all right?
Yeah. Someone checked to make sure his toaster still isn't plugged in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would feel
Bathtub,
bad
is it?
for like I would feel bad for like all Seattle fans, but at least the Seahawks won.
Oh man, they had to watch the guys who went to the Seattle fans who went to the game had to watch the Mariners game on their phone because they had, of course, to play a 10:00 p.m. Monday night game the day that the Mariners are in Game 7 of the ALCS.
That's gonna ruin the vibes of the game as you
Oh,
find
yeah.
out that they lost.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Eagles Vikings was decent. Their passing offense, the Eagles passing offense kind of took off. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown both had big games. Saquon Barkley still having a really, really slow start to his season, although the Eagles are 5-2. So they're probably happy as an organization that they haven't had to use Saquon Barkley nearly as much as they did last year, because they'll keep him fresh for the playoffs. Maybe, I don't know. Their offense looked a little bit better, especially the passing offense, but their offense in general, they're just doesn't seem very balanced week to week. So I just something I take away from Eagles games when I watch them is just like, I don't know, like it just doesn't feel like it did. It doesn't feel like it's clicking, right?
They're disjointed. They're disjointed. They're not. It's just weird.
Yeah, one drive they look amazing, and the next drive they look terrible. We've seen this with the Ravens and past seasons too.
Like the Colts feel like a cohesive unit right now. I know I haven't played a really good schedule yet, but they feel like a team that knows who they are, what they're doing, and how they're going to do it.
They have an identity.
Exactly. Best way to put it. The Eagles do not feel that way. And then you got AJ Brown, eating peanut butter Uncrustables and reading books on the sideline, and then tweeting about the Bible. It makes total sense.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it did look like they started to come together a little bit this week. I'm in agreement with you guys. Something just doesn't feel right there, and I mean, it could take something as small as like that game to get everything clicking. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
3 games left. We'll run through these relatively quickly. Saints Bears, didn't watch much of it, but I will tell you that the Bears have won 4 straight, and I think they're the worst team ever to win 4 straight games in an NFL season. I do not believe in the Bears at all. I've been against them all year. Spencer Rattler looked terrible in this game, and they were still in it most of the time. So that's my only takeaway, unless you guys have something else to say about that one.
The Ravens are going to smoke them next week.
I think the Ravens are going to absolutely destroy them. The line opened at 6, but this is essentially a playoff game for the Ravens. If they lose this game, the season's over. Lamar also didn't practice yesterday. Don't love that. Patriots-Titans, the Vrabel revenge game. The Titans took an early lead. I think they're up 13-3 in the second quarter at some point, and then the Patriots just went kind of crazy on them. Takeaways from this game at all?
Told you Vrabel would run up the score if he could.
Run up the score.
Yep. They scored 20.
He said he would.
They scored 28 in the second and third quarter alone, did the Patriots. Fourth quarter, they kind of let it off the gas a little bit, it seems like. And then the Miami Dolphins, and I still can't believe Mike McDaniel didn't get fired yesterday. I don't know how he didn't get fired yesterday. The Miami Dolphins went to Cleveland and got absolutely fucking destroyed by the Browns. Got destroyed by them. And we said it on the Sunday show, if there's weather, Tua's no good, and also the Browns play really good defense at home. So this was a great matchup for the Browns. I did put some money on this game. I did tell you guys on Sunday to take Quinshad Judkins and his overs. He had 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. So pretty good day for him. And this, I mean...
Yeah, and Tua got benched in this game.
Who's their backup?
No, I don't know.
Zach Wilson.
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers. Oh, they put Ewers over Zach Wilson. Whoa.
Quinn Ewers played football.
I just saw Tua got benched. I'm like, oh my God, Zach Wilson's playing. They put Quentin Ewers in. Wow.
Oh man, the guy who lost his job at Texas to Arch Manning at certain points in last year. Anyway,
original NIL guy, by the way. That is a great stat that no one knows. He is the original guy to get an NIL.
Really? He's the first one?
Yep, from Ohio State.
I didn't know that.
Did not know that either. Yeah, that's the last game of the day we didn't talk about. If you guys have any thoughts on that game, we can speak about them. But, I mean, the Dolphins are ass, and I don't know why Mike McDaniel still has a job.
Not really, not a ton. I mean, you kind of covered it in that game. I do want to cover some Ravens stuff before we move on.
Yeah,
though.
sure.
Yeah.
Got
Do you guys see any of the story about anonymous players coming out from? I think the Baltimore Sun wrote this article, and a bunch of their writers teamed up to try to like interview a bunch of people to get a sense of like what's going on around the facility. And then anonymous players are coming out and saying like a lot of hate towards Todd Monken from anonymous players, which I think is bullshit.
I haven't read this. There is talk around town about this.
I've heard some Monken stuff.
Friends. Yeah. I have a couple friends who they work for 105.7 stuff like that, and they say there's a lot of rumblings about loss of locker room stuff like that, team dissension.
Yeah, they pulled the ping pong table and the Xbox and shit like that out of the locker room after a couple weeks ago or something like that, and it's not good. It's very, very bad when you have players coming out and saying stuff anonymously to the media. They should not be doing that. I'm putting that on the players. That's bullshit. That should never happen, no matter what. Shit should stay in the locker room. That really rubs me the wrong way, and that tells me a lot about what's going on right now. Between that and I know Zay Flowers came out and apologized for skipping media on the last loss or something like that because we've been giving them doing interviews and shit like that. The leadership just doesn't seem like it's there right now. So
there's
just from what my outside opinion looking in.
Speaking of disjointed teams, I mean, this seems like a disjointed team. I mean, name the number one leader on the team, please.
Should be Kyle Van Noy. Should be Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith, yeah. Should be Lamar Jackson.
Should be.
There's just not that. There's not that pillar that we used to always have a pillar, somebody, and sometimes we had multiple pillars.
Could be Marlon Humphrey. I mean, I think he tries to be, but I don't think the message gets through very well at times.
Like you said, he's wackadoodle.
He's almost too goofy to be a leader. Yeah.
I really think this would be me. Now, he's too young to, I think, be a leader at this point. Would be
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you always want it to be one of your best players, right?
I mean, he kind of is at this point because he's the only one that's stepped up and has done every interview, has taken blame for stuff. And I know he made the comment about Ravens fans being spoiled, but I mean, I think he literally came out and apologized like the next interview and said, hey, that came out wrong. And that's not how I meant it. Like spoiled in a good way. Like this is the standard. We need to live up to it is what he came out and said. And he handled that the complete right way. And I can understand how that got misinterpreted or however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, man. It's the anonymous player and the anonymous source stuff is a very, very bad team when leaks start getting out of the locker room. That should never happen, especially when it's coming from multiple people. That's an indictment on, honestly, the players that are doing it. They need to get the fuck out of the locker room. That shit should never happen. And some of them were saying that, like, hey, like Todd Monken came here 2 years ago and all that stuff was fresh and new, and now people have tape on us now, and we're not really doing anything different. We're not evolving. We're not putting. They basically said not putting players in the best position to succeed, and all this different stuff. And it's like, I get it, yeah, but you don't need to say that shit anonymously to the media. You need to go sit down with your coaches and your players and like have a meeting. Shut the fuck up. Keep it in the locker room. We should never know about this.
This doesn't feel like a normal Ravens team.
It doesn't. That's immature, man. That would never happen. A locker room is sacred. That stuff should never get out.
I mean, Terrell Suggs would probably beat someone over the head with a bat if he heard this shit.
Probably grab him by the throat against the wall.
Ray and we need to talk about Ray and Ed and all that stuff. I mean, this is why I wish we would have kept Calais Campbell so badly.
Man, get him and have him in the locker room right now to straighten some people out would be nice. So
that
I
shit
don't know.
Can't happen.
It's have you ever been in a locker room before, like what happens in the locker room kind of stays there. That's not.
Yep.
That should never stuff that happens in there should never get out unless it's good things.
Yeah, because I mean, to all those players, sooner or later, one day, you're going to retire. You're going to be ink on a stat page. While you're still playing, dude, you don't need that shit. Just you have a short lifespan in that game. So I mean, the memories are long, but the careers are short, dude. And you got to fucking just do everything you possibly can to stay as a cohesive unit. And right now, they are not a cohesive unit.
Yeah.
And now that article comes out. How do you think things are gonna and they're all anonymous players and veteran, some of them said veteran offensive player or veteran this or that. How do you think the meetings are gonna go this week? They're gonna be awkward as hell. That's not making anything any better. Go sit down with your coaches and your other leaders of the team and say, hey, here's what I think. Let's fix it. It just makes zero sense. It's just immature.
Do you place any of this? And I hate playing the blame game, but I'm going to ask a question anyway. Do you put any little bit of blame on Kevin Byrne, the PR director, who's been with the Ravens for, I think, the entirety of the Ravens being in existence?
I mean, if you're going to place blame,
media availability to these players that are doing this stupid shit.
No, I don't think it's his fault at all. I think it's more a reflection of John Harbaugh and just seems like he's losing the guys a little bit, and it seems like a lot of people. Certainly, he's lost a lot of the fans, and a lot of the fans I talk to, especially down here, are all completely done with him, and a lot of them have been done with him for quite a long time. So, I think if it speaks to the problems of anybody in particular, it probably speaks to the problems of Harbaugh more than anybody else.
Well, look, Dusty, where do we stack up in terms of offense in the NFL right now? I got to imagine we're in the top 10.
Well, we're in the top 10? No, I mean,
not after the
Lamar only played 2.5 games, so probably not. We are number 22 and that's just by yards. That's just by yards
per game.
Offensive yards per game.
That would have been a different. I mean, we probably would have been close to that after the first 3 games that Lamar's been in.
We're number 28 in passing offense, and we're number 10 in rushing offense.
So, yeah. I don't know. It's when, like I said, when anonymous sources start coming out, that just points towards losing the locker room, because that stuff should never happen. And honestly, those players should know better. The culture's not good right now. Culture's not good if that's happening.
There's a specific rookie that I was told about directly from a friend of the show, Antonio's buddy. I'm not going to name any other names other than that. Said that there's a certain rookie who's going around and being a little bit of a cancer in the locker room. And how the fuck? And my direct quote to the guy was, "How the fuck can a rookie be a cancer in the locker room? A veteran should walk up to him and literally punch him square in the nose and be like, hey, your game plan's fucked because you just got punched in the face."
I don't believe anything in the Sun paper. Yeah, we've definitely had some instances with that.
I don't disagree, but when it's 4 writers working together on it, there's some truth to it.
Yeah. Look, we go out there and we kick the shit out of the Bears this week, and then we'll be hopefully right in the world. We'll see. I mean, we'll still be 2-5 if we win that game. So there's a lot of work to do.
How about Brandon Graham coming back to the fucking Eagles?
Yeah, so weird, right?
Is he officially coming back?
Yeah, he is. Yesterday there was rumors. Today it has become apparently official that he is going back to the Eagles to play his 16th season with the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow,
I remember him playing in college. That's how old I am now.
Oh man, Bill Belichick and some other coaches have been named finalists for the Hall of Fame class of 2026. 12 coaches have been nominated. They will eventually whittle it down to 9, and then 5 coaches. Out of those 5, up to 3 can be selected, assuming they have 80% or more of the vote from the committee. The other coaches that are on this ballot are Mike Shanahan, Tom Coughlin, George Seifert, Mike Holmgren, And then a couple of guys I've never heard of: Alex Gibbs, Bill Arnsparger, Chuck Knox, Buddy Parker, and then I've heard of Dan Reeves. I've heard of Marty Schottenheimer, and then Clark Shaughnessy. Bill Belichick's going to be in the Hall of Fame next year, I assume. He is the best coach in the history of the NFL, and he deserves to be. I mean, not going to say anything about what's going on in North Carolina right now, I guess, because pretty good stuff there. But
I think I want to see Marty Schottenheimer get in. I know we've talked about Marty Schottenheimer a little bit here and there. Never won the Super Bowl, but I mean, they nicknamed it Marty Ball.
Yeah,
for God's sakes.
I mean, among these people, if 3 people can get in, for me, it's Shanahan and Belichick are no brainers. I mean, Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls. So did apparently George Seifert, who must be an older coach.
George Seifert. George Seifert took over for Bill Walsh when.
With the Niners.
With the Niners, yeah.
Okay, so he won multiple Super Bowls, and then Mike Holmgren also won a Super Bowl. I mean, Coughlin, Shanahan, and Belichick are the guys for me. But whatever.
I think you're right, even because Marty Schottenheimer never won a Super Bowl. You got to take people that won multiple Super Bowls. That's weighed so heavy in the NFL. Sports.
Especially if you're a coach, right? I mean, if you're a player, it's a little different. If you're a quarterback, people look at you differently. But if you're a receiver and you never won a Super Bowl, it's not generally considered your fault, right?
Yeah. I think Coughlin should get in for taking the Jaguars to an AFC Championship game when they just became an expansion team. Like the second year they were an expansion team.
They used to kick the shit out of us in the AFC Central.
They beat the shit out of the Miami Dolphins. I think it would have been Dan Marino's last game. Like they beat them like 61-14.
Really?
Stupid. It was something obnoxious.
Was Jimmy Smith their best player?
Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor, Keenan McCardle.
Damn, they had a good team.
They had Tony Baselli on the left side. They had a
Hall of Famer. He's the only Jags Hall of Famer, I think. Tony Baselli. Till Calais Campbell gets in.
Yeah, Cardinal, I guess.
Yeah. Any other stuff you guys wanted to talk about? R.I.P. Doug Martin, the muscle hamster. Some weird stories surrounding that. There's not a ton of information on how he passed away, other than apparently he had some mental problems, mental health challenges that profoundly impacted his personal and professional life. That was the statement released from the NFL, or in a news release, on Monday. Apparently, Doug's parents were actively seeking medical assistance for him. He had contacted local authorities for support. Overwhelmed and disoriented, Doug fled from his home during the night and entered a neighbor's residence two doors down from where he was. He was taken into custody by police from his neighbor's house. Apparently, there was a little bit of a scuffle. He got detained and then later became unresponsive, I assume because of whatever health problem his parents were calling the police about. And then he was transported to a hospital and he passed away. 36 years old. I assume they're going to do all kinds of reports and stuff on that, and investigations to see what exactly happened. But either way, just really, really sad. 36-year-old losing his life. Seems like he had some issues. Just really, really sad. You never want to hear this kind of stuff.
No, I forget where he went to college, but I do remember watching him play in college. And when he got into the NFL, I mean, he was one of the more electric guys, huge thighs. I remember how big his thighs were on television.
Boise State Bronco.
Hey, Boise State Bronco. There
first round in the 2012 NFL draft.
He was dynamite, man.
It's wild that we brought him up like a week ago.
The muscle hamster. Yeah.
College football. What about the Vanderbilt Commodores?
Dude, I took Vandy Moneyline this weekend. How about them? They're good.
Wow, they're good.
They're really good. And the only game they lost was to Bama, and they were in control of that game for the first half at least. The second half, it got away from them a little bit.
That beat does not want to leave Brooks
bees,
man. Bees. It's still around.
We can see it too.
Bees.
Oh my god!
It's always constantly on your right side too.
Yeah, how about Vandy? That team's pretty good, I think. And the SEC is loaded, always. It always is. But I mean, when Vanderbilt's good, yeah. Did we talk about Penn State losing again? We don't need to. It's okay.
We don't need to. We don't need to bring Merrick. Merrick's already sad enough. And
Yeah.
he's probably got to hear Barletta, his second cousin, bitching about the Mariners right now. Sean Barletta, I love you. We love you. And
the 4-3 Terps have a bye week, and they come out of the bye week next week against IU and Kurt Signetti. And I would imagine we're going to lose that game by 100.
They damn well better with $11.6 million being given to this man per year.
How about Georgia Tech 7-0?
How
I
did we
can't believe
lose?
it.
The fighting Boyles.
Oh man,
How did we lose to
Georgia Tech?
UCLA?
How did we lose? They've won 3 straight. They're the hottest team in football.
No, Vanderbilt is in Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's hottest team in football.
I mean BYU, Georgia Tech, and then we got 3 other undefeateds left at the top: Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M. Texas A&M, by the way, played the Arkansas Razorbacks and had a very good chance to lose that game. I'm sorry, Joe. The Fighting Bobby Petrinos are looking pretty good, aren't they? Like 2-6. Sorry, Joe. They're 2-5. They haven't won a game in the SEC yet. So
Maybe
they spend all their money. They spend all their money on basketball. It's okay. They're just
They're a basketball school now.
Maybe Eric Musselman. Maybe Eric Musselman can coach the football team too.
Eric Musselman. Oh my God.
Random draft.
Yeah, let's do a random draft and then finish up. My brain is scrambled. What are we doing?
I can do. I wrote down only one today. So if you guys have any other ones, let me know. I put best defensive ends of all time or edge rushers of all time.
Just pass rushers?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Best pass rushers of all time.
Brooks, do you have any draft ideas? Do you want to do pass rushers? Or do you want to do the wrestling one, or do you want to pick another letter?
Favorite outdoor clothing brands?
I couldn't name very many. Favorite clothing brands you don't wear anymore.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
Structure.
I love don't give away anything. I like that. I actually enjoy that one.
All right, are we gonna do that? I guess
Let's do it. Why not?
I'm gonna have to think of some, but yeah.
All right, defunct clothing brands.
So they have to be defunct, or they just have to be like you don't wear them anymore,
or the ones you don't wear anymore.
Okay, you used to wear, but you don't wear as much anymore.
I love this.
All right.
Brooks, you get to pick the draft order.
Let's go. Let's go, Brian, me, Dusty. Let's go in order of age.
Oh, thanks, Dick.
Nice.
All right. With the first overall pick, I am taking Britches.
Britches?
Yeah.
Is that a brand?
Exactly. Sounds like an Oakland A.
Oh my God. Britches brand.
Lord.
I don't know that brand. Britches.
I don't really know. I don't know either.
Britches Great Outdoors. Is that what it was? Or is it JB Britches? Oh my God.
This is in my wheelhouse.
I'll go with one of the old staples when we were in elementary school or middle school was Hollister.
Hollister. There you go. I knew it was going off the board early.
It has to be an early one. That was like the most popular brand when we were younger, I feel like.
All right, well, give me
Chris Merrick with three pop collars on.
Give me structure. Give me structure because I already said it. And then give me. Can we say starter jackets, or are they not defunct?
Enough.
Starter. I know. Can I say starter?
You don't wear anymore. Remember,
I haven't worn a starter jacket in a long time. Give me starter. Okay. Starter and structure.
All right. Give me above the rim.
Oh my God! Those were the Steve Francis shoes, Steve Francis line of clothing.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I can only bring this up because my father actually wore one the other day when we went to dinner. or lunch. Big dogs.
Oh yeah.
Big
And then-
dog.
And then
Yeah.
I'm also
Is that with an AW or with an OG?
OG.
OG baby. OG baby.
And then I'm going to take another big off the board here. Big Johnson.
What? He's clothing brands. Big Johnson.
Oh,
Look up Big Johnson
Oh,
shirts.
my
They're
God.
hysterical. They are so there's so much sexual innuendo in these things.
is that like big peckers?
Big-
And well, that was my next pick actually. Joe Radke. got
Joe
my next
Radke's
pick.
going firing away here. Look at this.
and one was my next one because
And one.
that was another brand that we wore a ton of.
Yeah. Are these ones that we have to like, or we just have to have worn them?
Wow. That you had to have worn them at some point or another.
Are you talking about big peckers?
No.
Big Johnson.
Mm. Give me Echo Unlimited.
Yes. Yes.
When did you ever wear Echo Unlimited?
I don't know. I think I had an Echo something. I had an Echo hoodie.
When you went to West Baltimore, are you going to do a titter?
I'm thinking like skateboarding stuff because I used to be into that a little
There
bit.
you go.
Can I pick PacSun? Was that a brand or did they just sell different
was a-
stuff in there?
That
They
was
didn't.
sold
That's
different
just
stuff.
That wasn't
store.
a brand, right?
Um,
All right. I guess give me Etnies. I had a pair of
Ooh,
Etnies
that's what I was gonna
say.
skateboarding
I was-
shoes.
I was gonna pick those.
Etnies. I haven't heard that in forever.
Man,
Right. Man, I was
anything
gonna
from Hot
pick
Topic.
those. Oh man.
I got two that I'm ready to rock and roll with.
Give me Hurley.
Hurley.
Ooh,
Good.
Hurley.
Wait a minute. I'm not even kidding. This might be a Hurley shirt.
That
right
is a
here.
Hurley shirt.
Dang, this kid.
Oh my
What are the odds
god.
of that? All right, I get to finish out my draft with two. I'm going American Eagle,
Okay.
and then I played soccer as a kid, so Umbros,
Umbros?
UMBRO,
Don't know
Hold on,
that.
what was the first one you picked?
American Eagle.
American Eagle.
Okay, I figured that would go at some point.
Hmm. God,
Is that it? Do I have another pick?
You got another pick. There's a couple other mall. There's a couple other mall stores that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I thought of a funny one.
These drafts are so stupid.
Yeah, they are.
We could have did another sports one with letters, but we went with clothing brands that we don't wear anymore.
Witches.
Britches, Big Johnson, Big Dogs.
I have no idea what that is.
Look them up.
Well, shit.
Give me
I
Dockers.
guess give me Abercrombie and Fitch. I guess that was the other big one that everyone was wearing.
Yep.
Oh shit, Joe. Joe just brought that up too. He's been reading my mind.
Wait, what did you go with? Abercrombie?
Yeah.
I was so poor as a kid, I couldn't even afford Abercrombie and Fitch. I can only afford Fitch. Yeah.
There's some I thought of. Aeropostale came to mind.
Body glove.
Body
You-
glove?
Body glove. I got these all day. man.
Lacoste, Polo.
Just like I was gonna say Vineyard Vines. I don't really wear Vineyard Vine stuff
I
anymore.
wear
I
a
used to
ton
wear a lot
of
of
Vines.
that.
Tommy Hilfiger. Nautica.
Yeah, Nautica I just thought of. I'm gonna go with Billabong as my last.
Billabong.
Billabong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what I was thinking of when I was thinking of Hurley.
Yeah.
Everett's RP55, South Pole, Jenko jeans.
Well, Jenko jeans. Oh my God! I was gonna say Champion, but I wear Champion. I'm wearing Champion sweatpants right now.
I don't need to see. Okay.
Right now.
I'm wearing Champion sweatpants right now.
Fila.
Oh yeah.
I just
Is
didn't
that
wear
his?
any Fila stuff really.
I didn't really either.
Fila's still around. They have I think their headquarters is out here in Indiana.
Really? I just like when we made this topic, I literally started thinking about going around the outlets and what I would go to.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I was going around the Marley Station Mall in my head.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I was doing.
I passed EB Games a few times, and I was like, oh, I want to poke my head in there.
I would put my head in there.
We would always go straight to, there was like a rotation of a few stores. We would always go to Finish Line and Champs and Foot Locker, and like it depended on which mall we were at, but there was a FYE in the Arundel Mills Mall that was massive. We always went straight into there.
Not even like a bookstore.
Yeah. It was a Forever 21 for a while.
If you weren't anything from there, I'd be very concerned about that.
That would be high school girl clothing. I'm trying to think of other brands that we missed. I think we got most of them. Nautica was good. We got a lot of Kohl's, used a lot of Kohl's cash to get Nautica stuff.
Dockers.
A lot of stuff. I mean, honestly, we wore a lot of stuff in PacSun, really.
Yeah, we went to PacSun a lot.
I used to go to Journeys to buy my shoes.
Mm.
I used to wear Doc
Journeys.
Martens back in the day for whatever reason.
I mean, you could have said Chuck Taylors, but they're more prevalent now than they were in
Not
20
really.
years when we were growing up.
No.
Vans. I know a lot of people still wear Vans. I don't really.
Vastly popular still.
Sperry's are still popular. I don't really wear
Very.
Sperry's very often anymore.
Well, now it's all Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes took over Sperry, basically, I feel like, in terms
Yeah,
of
like in
wear
terms of like the
comfortability.
comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, Aeropostale, Bugle Boy.
See, I don't know Bugle Boy.
It was like when I was a kid. Oh, like how about this? MR Ducks, like all. Well, that's not a clothing brand. That's an establishment.
You're talking about Ducks Unlimited.
Ducks Unlimited, Orvis.
Eddie Bauer.
Orvis.
I still wear Orvis and Eddie Bauer and LL Bean and all that stuff.
I still wear LL Bean and Eddie Bauer. I don't have anything from Orvis. I'm more of a Patagonia guy now than anything else.
Apparently, Structure was absorbed by Express. That's why we don't have Structure anymore. Express is something I've heard of for sure.
Zero structured around.
Dad said hang 10. I don't know what that is.
I thought that was like a Costco brand.
Maybe.
What about Miter? Miter was
if we did this the opposite way, stuff that I do wear all the time, it would be Kirkland, Comfort Colors. Yeah.
Body by Costco.
Yeah.
Body by Costco.
Almost all of my shirts are Comfort Colors. All of my shorts are Free Fly. Yeah. Through the Loom.
FTL.
Yeah.
Through the Loom. Get out of here. Here. Oh, how about this? What was the boxer brand? Like
Hanes Fruit of the Loom.
Joe Boxer. They used to
Oh,
have
yeah.
like,
Oh
Yeah, there was Joe Boxer. That was a thing. Yeah.
now, I mean, yeah, you're right though. Like everything I wear now is like golf oriented or North Face or Patagonia, or I want quality over quantity.
Yeah, I wear mostly lounge wear. So Champion,
Loungewear.
yeah, Champion and Comfort Colors. That's my stuff. Joe Boxer. He loves it.
Boxer.
Joe Racky. All right. Yeah, I think it's good. We're gonna wrap up here, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for another episode. Check out the Thursday edition of the show. We're gonna do our week 8 NFL picks, and we're also gonna do an in-depth World Series preview. Maybe we'll come up with some MVP votes or something like that. We'll do some sort of MVP contest if you guys want to do that. Puma. I still wear Puma golf shoes every now and then.
I wore Puma golf shoes yesterday.
What did Dad use? Dad used to wear like a certain kind of like Docksider for a long time. I can't remember the name of it.
Just Dockers. He wore Dockers, I think.
No,
Right?
but there was another thing that it was called something, and it's gonna bother me. Oh, shit.
See what we do to ourselves.
Oh,
The
no.
Red Bull and white T-shirts. Hey, make sure your white T-shirts are comfort colors.
I mean, I remember like there were shoe companies that have gone defunct. Like at least I think they've gone defunct. Like Brooks.
Yeah. I still wear Brooks.
Still a thing?
They're still around. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're
I
running,
used to-
I mean, they're just running shoes.
I used to wear Skechers. I don't wear them anymore.
They're
I
actually
also
real popular now with the. I hate to say this stuff, because I'm gonna make like I'm gonna act like I'm making fun of you, but I'm not. With the elderly crowd now, like when my grandmother passed away, like everyone was wearing those Skechers
Well,
ones.
they've also always been really popular amongst like bartenders and servers because they make a lot of non-slip stuff. So I think a lot of they're just readily available non-slip stuff. So I see them on bartenders all the time.
all the time.
So it's just I have a brand called Snibs that I've had my last pair of shoes that I wear to work from, and they're really comfortable. So I'm kind of loyal to them.
I would say Reebok possibly, but I mean, Shaq just bought them out, and I think it's like Shaq and AI are like the head of everything there now, and they're trying to make a little bit of a comeback.
And they made a Netflix documentary, I think, about it, or maybe it's on Apple Plus or something.
Yeah, it's on something
been
like
buying
that.
it.
I mean, it's great. It's great marketing, and they did a good job. Like, I mean, I would do that if I were Shaq. Like, use my name and follow me around, and maybe I can get Reebok popular again. So
Yeah.
Remember Timberlands? You guys ever wear Timbs?
Oh God.
And then I had a brief moment when we were doing the draft, and I almost said Heelys because they're technically clothes,
They are.
but I don't think I ever had Heelys. So
Starberries. They were winning.
they were they Reeboks,
Starberries? I don't know.
or were they their own entity? I don't remember.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna.
That said boat shoes, but I mean, there was a certain kind of shoe that it was called, and it's gonna bug the hell out of me. I'm gonna have to ask Mom.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. Once again, Thursday, look out for a World Series preview. We'll pick some MVPs, some series leaders, and who we think is going to win. We'll go through the matchup once again. We'll maybe talk about position by position. Who would you rather have? Their pitching staff, their infield, their outfield. We'll do that kind of stuff. That'll be fun. My kid had Heelys.
I just got a text. Someone said J. Crew.
See, I went to J. Crew and got stuff to wear to a beach wedding this year.
That makes sense.
What else you wear to a beach wedding but J. Crew? Anyway, watch out for the Thursday show. We're also going to do the NFL picks like we always do for every week. At some point this week, I will tally up our season totals because I know I've been lacking on that the last couple of weeks, just to see where we're all at in terms of the our records against the spread. So it gives you guys a good idea of who you should be listening to when we do these things.
Listen to you.
And it shouldn't be me. Because although I feel like I know a lot about football, my fantasy teams and my gambling have not been so great this year. Anyway, thank you very much once again, and we will see you guys on Thursday at our regular scheduled time. And yeah,
Hey, look, and the first cloud just appeared above Brooks's head.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
The bee left me though.
The bee left.
The bee left. Bee drill.
See you,
All
boys.
right. See you guys.
See you boys.